Banja Luka is the second largest city in Bosnia and Herzegovina after the capital Sarajevo and is the largest city of the Republika Srpska entity. Traditionally, it has been the center of the Bosanska Krajina region, located in the northwestern part of the country. It is home of the University of Banja Luka, as well as numerous state and entity institutions of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The city lies on the River Vrbas and is well known in the countries of the former Yugoslavia for being full of tree-lined avenues, boulevards, gardens, and parks. According to the 2013 census, the settlement of Banja Luka has 150,997 inhabitants, while the city of Banja Luka, which represents Banja Luka's wider area, has 199,191 inhabitants. Name: the name Banja Luka was first mentioned in a document dated February 6, 1494, by Vladislav II. The name is interpreted as Ban's meadow, from the words Ban and Luka. The identity of the Ban and the meadow in question remain uncertain, and popular etymology combines the modern words Banja, or Baja and Luka. A different interpretation is suggested by the Hungarian name Luka Csbanyr, that is, Luke's mine, which is also the meaning of Slovak Banja Luka. In modern usage, the name is pronounced and usually declined as one word, and often written as such. The citizens reportedly prefer the more correct form with inflected adjective. Geography. Overview Banja Luka covers some 96.2 kilometers of land in Bosnia and Herzegovina, on the Vrbas River. The city is located at 44.78 degree N 17.19 degree E/44.78. 17.19. Banja Luka's downtown is at 163 m above sea level, surrounded by hills. The source of the Vrbas River is about 90 kilometers to the south. The tributary rivers Settlement, Krupna, and Banja flow into the Vrbas at Banja Luka. Banja Luka has also a number of springs close by. The area around Banja Luka is mostly woodland, although there are mountains a little further from the city. The city itself is built in the Banja Luka Valley, which is located at the transition between high and low mountain areas. The most notable of these mountains are Manjia, Oernica, and Tisovac. These are all part of the Dinaric Alps mountain range. Settlements. The city of Banja Luka counts the following settlements: Agino Selo, Banja Luka, Barlovi, Bastazi, Bistrica, Boac, Borkovia I, Bronzani Morden, Serasi, Aolokari, Debeljorsi, Dobranja, Dragoa Arch, Draculia, Dujakovi, Galioli, Jagar, Kmiani, Kola, Kola Domjar, Krmine, Krupanov Basu, Kuljani, Lokvari, Luzia I, Ljubara Evo, Melina, Motik, Abrovac, Pavia I, Pavlovac, Pervan Dunji, Pervan Gornji, Pizkarvika, Fonia, Putkozaji, Prijakovi, Prigia Ani, Java Mali, Rodmania I, Radosavska, Ramia I, Rekovice, Slavia Kar, Stratinska, Strya I, Subotica, Angstrom Argovac, Angstrom Imian I, Angstrom Ljivno, Vria I, Velusi, Zalua 3/4 Ani, Zelenci. Climate. Banja Luka has a moderate continental climate, with mild winters and warm summers. The warmest month of the year is July, with an average temperature of 21.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest month of the year is January, when temperatures average near freezing at 0.8 degrees Celsius. These temperatures make setting a climatic classification difficult, but technically it could be described as oceanic, due to its relatively mild winter temperatures continental threshold, and summers just below the subtropical threshold of 22 degrees Celsius. Annual precipitation for Banja Luka is about 988 mm. Banja Luka has an average of 143 rainy days a year. Due to the city's latitude, it snows in Banja Luka almost every year. Strong winds come from the north and northeast. Sometimes southern winds which bring hot weather are also prevalent. History. Roman times. The history of inhabitation of the area of Banja Luka dates back to ancient times. There is a substantial evidence of the Roman presence in the region during the first few centuries AD, including an old fort castle in the center of the city. The area of Banja Luka was entirely in the Kingdom of Illyria and then a part of the Roman province of Illyricum, which split into provinces of Pannonia and Dalmatia, of which Castra became a part. Ancient Illyrian maps call the settlements in Banja Luka's present-day location as Adladios, a settlement located on the River Vrbas. Middle Ages Slavs settled in the Balkans in the 6th century. Medieval fortresses in the vicinity of Banja Luka include Vrbas, Angstrom 3/4 Upper Zemljanik, Kotovarowa, Zviaj, and Boac. The name Banja Luka was first mentioned in a document dated February 6, 1494, by Vladislav II. Ottoman rule Banja Luka fell to the Ottomans in 1527. It became the seat of the Sanjak of Bosnia sometime prior to 1554, until 1580 when the Bosnia Eyalet was established. Bosnian Boulevards was seated in Banja Luka until 1639. Fahad Pasha Sokolovia, a relative of Grand Vizier Mehmed Pasha Sokolovia, had upon his return to Bosnia in 1574, begun the building of over 200 buildings ranging from artisan and sales shops to wheat warehouses, baths and mosques. Among more important commissions were the Fudija and Unordija mosques, during which construction of plumbing infrastructure was laid that served surrounding residential areas. This stimulated the economic and urban development of Banja Luka, which soon became one of the leading commercial and political centers in Bosnia. In 1688, the city was burned down by the Austrian army, but it quickly recovered. Later periodic intrusions by the Austrian army stimulated military developments in Banja Luka, which made it into a strategic military center. Orthodox churches and monasteries near Banja Luka were built in the 19th century. Also, Sephardic Jews and Trappists migrated to the city in the 19th century and contributed to the early industrialization of the region by building mills, breweries, brick factories, textile factories and other important structures. The Trappist monastery built in the 19th century lent its name to the neighborhood of Trappisti and has left a large legacy in the area through its famous Trappist cheese and its beer production. In 1835 and 1836, during the Ottoman administration, numerous people from the Banja Luka Krajina emigrated to Linica, Lipnica and Loznica, the villages around Loznica, and to Angstrom-Abac. Austro-Hungarian rule For all its leadership to the region, however, Banja Luka as a city was not modernized until Austro-Hungarian occupation in the late 19th century that brought westernization to Banja Luka. Railroads, schools, factories, and infrastructure appeared, and were developed, which led to a modern city. Yugoslavia After World War I, the town became the capital of the Vrbas, a province of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. The provincial capital owed its rapid progress to the first Banskislav Milosavljevic. During that time, the Banskitva and its twin sister, the administration building, the Serbian Orthodox Church of the Holy Trinity, a theatre and a museum were built, the grammar school was renovated, the teachers' college enlarged, a city bridge was also built and the park renovated. 125 elementary schools were functioning in Banja Luka in 1930. The revolutionary ideas of the time were incubated by the Pelagia Association and the Students' Club. Banja Luka naturally became the organizational center of anti-fascist work in the region. World War II During World War II, Banja Luka was occupied by the fascist forces of the independent state of Croatia. Most of Banja Luka's Serbs and Sephardic Jewish families were deported to Croat-controlled concentration camps such as Jasenovac and Stara Gradiška Kar. On February 7, 1942, Croatian Ustaše paramilitaries, led by a Croatian Franciscan monk, Miroslav Filipović, killed more than 2,300 Serbs in Draculja, Motic and Angstrom-Agovac. The city's Orthodox Church of the Holy Trinity was totally demolished by the Ustaše, as was the Church of St. George in Petrovac. The Bishop of Banja Luka, Platon Jovanović, was arrested by the Ustaše on May 5, 1941 and was tortured and killed, and his body was thrown into the River Banja. the city was liberated by the Yugoslav partisans on April 22, 1945. Banja Luka was the home of many World War II heroes, such as the siblings Vojvoda and Usman Maglalia. The nursing school in Banja Luka carried their names, but during the Bosnian War the names were changed by the Bosnian Serb authorities. 1969 earthquake. On 26 and 27 October 1969, two devastating earthquakes damaged many buildings in Banja Luka. 15 people were killed, and over 1,000 injured. A large building called Titanic in the center of the town was razed to the ground, and the area was later turned into a central public square. With contributions from all over Yugoslavia, Banja Luka was repaired and rebuilt. That was a period when a large Serb population moved to the city from the surrounding villages, and from more distant areas in Herzegovina. Bosnian War. During the 1990s, the city underwent considerable changes when the Bosnian War broke out. Upon the declaration of Bosnian Herzegovinian independence and the establishment of the Republika Srpska, Banja Luka became the de facto center of the entity's politics. An estimated 40,000 Serbs from Croat and Bosniak-dominated areas of Bosnia took refuge in Banja Luka. Nearly all of Banja Luka's Croats and Bosniaks were expelled during the war, and all of the city's 16 mosques, including most significant Fahad Pasha Mosque, were destroyed. A court ruling resulted in the authorities of Banja Luka having to pay $42 million for the destruction of the mosques. However, the Banja Luka District Court later overturned the ruling, stating that the claims had exceeded a 3-year statute of limitations. The Bosniak community vowed to appeal against the decision. On May 7, 2001, several thousand Serb nationalists attacked a group of Bosniaks and members of diplomatic corps attending the ceremony of marking the reconstruction of the historic 16th-century Fadija Mosque. There were indications of police collaboration. More than 30 individuals were injured during the attack. On May 26, Murat Badia, who was in coma after attack, died from head injuries. 14 Bosnian Serb nationalists were jailed for starting the riots. Demographics. It has been estimated that today's population of the municipality of Banja Luka is about 250,000, but the 2013 census in Bosnia showed that the number was much lower, 199.191. Today the population is overwhelmingly made up of Serbs. During the war from 1992 to 1995, some 60,000 people, mostly Bosniaks and Croats, left or were forced to leave Banja Luka. Government. Banja Luka plays an important role on different levels of Bosnia and Herzegovina's government structures. Banja Luka is the center of the government for the municipality of Banja Luka. A number of entity and state institutions are seated in the city. The Republika Srpska government and the National Assembly are based in Banja Luka. The Bosnia and Herzegovina state agencies based in the city include the Indirect Taxation Authority, the Deposit Insurance Agency, as well as a branch of the Central Bank of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Austria, Croatia, France, Germany, Serbia, the United Kingdom and the United States maintain diplomatic representation through consulates general in Banja Luka. Economy. Although the city itself was not directly affected by the Bosnian War in the early 1990s, its economy was. For 4 years, Banja Luka fell behind the world in key areas such as technology, resulting in a rather stagnant economy. However, in recent years, the financial services sector has gained in importance in the city. In 2002, the trading began on the newly established Banja Luka Stock Exchange. The number of companies listed, the trading volume and the number of investors have increased significantly. A number of big companies such as Telekom Srpska, Rafinerija Ultramadria, Banja Luka Piva and Vitaminka are all listed on the exchange and are traded regularly. Investors, apart from those from Slovenia, Croatia and Serbia, now include a number of investment funds from the EU, and from Norway, USA, Japan and China. A number of financial services regulators, such as the Republika Srpska Securities Commission and the RS Banking Agency, are headquartered in Banja Luka. This, along with the fact that some of the major banks in Bosnia, the Deposit Insurance Agency and the Value Added Tax Authority are all based in the city, has helped Banja Luka establish itself as a major financial center of the country. In 1981 Banja Luka's GDP per capita was 97% of the Yugoslav average. Culture. Due to its long history, Banja Luka is rich in culture. There are several museums including the Museum of Bosanska Krajina, the Ethnographic Museum established in 1930, and the Museum of Modern Art of Republika Srpska, which is also called MSURS, the Museum of Contemporary Art. Banja Luka is also the home of the National Theatre and Library, both dating from the first half of the 20th century, and of numerous other theatres. The headquarters of the Archives of Republika Srpska is situated in the building known as Carska Kuea or Imperial House, built around 1880. It has been in continuous public use longer than any other structure in Banja Luka. One of the most famous cultural sites in Banja Luka is the Cultural Center of Banskitva, built in the 1930s as the residence for the bands of the Vrbas Banovina. It is a representative building in the very center of the city, housing the National Assembly along with a concert hall, gallery, state television, and a restaurant. Most of the main cultural and political events nowadays take place in the building. The relatively poorly preserved fortress castle is found in the city center. This medieval castle is one of Banja Luka Euro unregistered trademark's main attractions. Located on the left bank of the Vrbas River, it gives a specific charm to the city. During the summer, music concerts take place in the fortress. In the city there are many cultural artistic associations. The oldest is CAA Pelagia, one of the oldest institutions of this kind in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Events. In the summer, there are many festivals, with live bands playing at the outdoor venues. The main festivals include Banja Luka Choir Gathering, Theatre Festival Teatar Fest, International Film Festival Kritko Film Plus, Demofest in July, International Animated Film Festival, the Jazz Festival Jazz Look, the Film Festival Dukkafest, the Month of the Rock Music, Banja Luka Rock Open Air, XU Rocks Festival, Demofest Festival, Folklore Days of Banja Luka, Summer on the Vrbas, Banja Luka Summer Games, as well as the Banja Luka Fashion Week. Sport. Banja Luka has one major football stadium and several indoor sports halls. The local handball, basketball and football teams bear the traditional name Borak. The three football teams from Banja Luka, Borak Banja Luka, BSK Banja Luka, and Mladenak Banja Luka, FK Naprajd Banja Luka and FK Vrbas Banja Luka. Borak Banja Luka is the most popular football club in the Republika Srpska. The club has won several major trophies in its history, such as trophies as a champion of Mitropa Cup, Yugoslav Cup, Premier League of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bosnia and Herzegovina Football Cup, First League of the Republika Srpska, Republic Srpska Cup. They have participated in UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League. The city has a long tradition of handball players and teams. RK Borak Banja Luka was the European champion in 1976, the European vice-champion in 1975 and the winner of the IHF Cup in 1991. Also, the city has a scout group named April 22. Recently, there was another scout group, but it was shut down. Now, the leader of the group is Miodrag Stanovukovic, the senior instructor is Nikola Sodic, and the vice-leader is Darko Mitrosanovic. The group participated in the 9th Serbian Scout Jamboree, in 2014, and has plans to go to World Scout Jamboree in Japan in July 2015. The group had many awards in former Republic of Yugoslavia, and in 2014 was named the Eagle Group of Bosnia and Herzegovina Scouts. The group's sister scout group is Goresnica, from Goresnica, Croatia. There are two competitions organized by April 22, the May meetings, and the November meetings. Recently, tennis has taken on a bigger role in the city. The local tennis tournament, Memorial Trifugia, has become professional and has been awarded ATP status in 2001, with the rank of a challenger. The Banja Luka Challenger takes place in September each year. Also, in 2006, the Davis Cup matches of the Europe-Africa Zone Group 3 took place in the city. Apart from Bosnia and Herzegovina, the teams included Monaco, Estonia, Turkey, Lithuania, Moldova, Armenia and Andorra. In 2005, the European Championships in rafting were held on the Vrbas River. According to the International Rafting Federation, the event was hugely successful and the hosts are to be praised for the exemplary manner in which they ran the event, managed the media and looked after the competitors, staff and spectators. Many nations took part, with the Czech Republic being the most successful. In May 2009 the World Championships were held on the Vrbas and Tara rivers. Tourism. The natural beauties of the surrounding area guarantee the city of Banja Luka a good position in tourism. Banja Luka has a number of hotels, one of the best being Hotel Caesar Banja Luka. One of the hotels right on the Vrbas River's bank is the Marriott. The city and surrounding area boast a number of popular tourist attractions. Among the most famous are the pools, thermal springs, and spas in the region. Due to its parks and over 10,000 trees, Banja Luka was once nicknamed the Green City. The area is popular among nature lovers, while the city centre is attractive to tourists due to its historical structures and many restaurants. Other attractions of Banja Luka are the Banja Hill and a waterfall of the Vrbas River near Krupa. Rafting on the Vrbas River is currently becoming popular among the local tourists. There is fishing, rock climbing and hiking along the canyon of the Vrbas between Banja Luka and Jage, and there is plenty of accommodation for visitors. Transportation. Public transportation within Banja Luka is exclusively operated by the bus services. Over 30 bus lines connect downtown with the rest of the city and its suburbs. The oldest bus link in the city is Line No. 1. Taxis are also readily available. The expressway E661 leads north to Croatia from Banja Luka to Gradiška, near the Bosnian-Croatian border. A wide range of bus services are available to most neighboring and larger towns in Bosnia and Herzegovina, as well as to regional and European destinations such as Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Germany, France, Italy, Montenegro, the Netherlands, Serbia, Sweden, Switzerland and Slovakia. Banja Luka is the hub of the railway services of Angstrom 1/2 Aljetis Republike Srpske, comprising 1/2 of the railway network of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Services operate to most northern Bosnian towns, Zagreb, and Sarajevo. The outdated rail network and a lack of carriages make services slow and infrequent compared with neighboring countries. Banja Luka International Airport is located 23 kilometers north of Banja Luka. The airport is served by Air Serbia, which operates daily flights to Belgrade, and B&H Airlines, which operates a 4 weekly flights to Zar 1/4. There is also Banja Luka Zalua 3/4 Ani Airport, a small airstrip. International relations. Twin towns sister cities Banja Luka twinned with the following cities. People, Patakoia, novelist, Marriage and Benia, boxer and poet, Anton Josipovia, boxer, Ivan Mirtz, blessed layman and Catholic activist, Irfan Smailagia, retired handball player, Mustafa Nadarivia, actor, Neven Subosha, footballer, Muain Filipovia, philosopher, historian and writer, Nasiha Kapida 3/4 year Harda 3/4 year, writer and poet, Milorad Karelia, handball player, Ivan Ljubia Ia, tennis player, number 3, Naila Ira 3/4 year Nick, actress and comedian, Sora Loia, singer, composer, Vlado Marlo Evia, composer, Marija Angstrom Estia, singer, Abid Korva Evia, retired footballer, Nikola Pejakovia, actor, Mladen Bojanovia, handball player, Usman Karabergovia, politician. Gallery. References. Notes. External links. Banja Luka City homepage, official Banja Luka tourism page, Banja Luka tourism page, Banja Luka travel guide, Android application.